Hello, everybody. Welcome to another PureDriven podcast. My name is Steve Rockwood. I am the marketing manager at PureDriven, and today I'm joined by Jordan Seidel, who is the pro shop manager at the local golf course here. Jordan, how's it going, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So we brought Jordan in today to talk about local marketing because he does work at a golf course, which really is the hub of a community in the sporting world. So we thought we could talk about local marketing with him, whether it's traditional or digital, and just see kind of how we can compare franchise marketing to how a golf course would market.
So at the golf course, we actually do both traditional and digital marketing. We run a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a Twitter page, and we just post stuff like deals, what's going on in the kitchen, stuff like that. As far as traditional marketing, when we have scrambles or tournaments, we have, posters that we put up throughout the city, or we go to the campground and we give promotional coupons and brochures of what the golf course has to offer for people visiting the town.
Awesome. So as far as the campground thing goes, what's kind of the strategy behind why you go to the campground to do your marketing?
So the campground is actually located right across the street from the golf course, so it's kind of a target zone to hit for people that come into the town. So I go sometimes. I drive the golf cart over to the campground. And
Nice.
I talk to campers. I ask if they're interested in the golf course, if they're interested in golfing, and then depending on what they say, if they either say yes, I tell them about what golfing we have to offer. If they say no, I mention the restaurant and the bar, and you can watch different sports on the TV. Just trying to get people into the clubhouse, whether they golf or just enjoy a nice meal.
Okay, yeah, sounds like a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And does it seem to bring in good results?
It does. There was one time earlier this week I went over and I talked to a guy, and 20 minutes later he showed up to golf. So
Nice.
I was surprised he came in that quick.
Sweet. So that's a good way to get people from out of town into the golf course, right? Or I guess people on a family vacation and they didn't feel like traveling too far. So what do you guys do on the local level to engage the community of people who do live around the golf course year round?
Well, we post to our Facebook and we give lots of deals to locals because, if you post on Facebook and somebody's 100 miles away and you say, oh, we've got a special on golf, like $5 off. They're probably not going to drive 100 miles just to get $5 off, but those local people who live in the town, they'll be like, oh, $5 off, I guess I'll go golf this afternoon. So it works that way.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Target local people.
That makes sense. And then as far as the digital, do you guys do anything for your local search results or anything on the search engine side?
We do not. We just focus on our social media accounts.
Okay, that makes sense. So as far as a golf course to kind of a brick and mortar location, like a franchise would be a retail store, what would you say is kind of the same and what's different in the way that you would market to the local area as far as a golf course goes and a retail store?
So I'd say that the golf course, we do a lot of like events, like tournaments and scrambles. You could relate that to like a retail market as like a sale.
Yeah, definitely.
So they don't happen that often, but when they do, you want people to know about it. So you advertise it on your Facebooks, maybe you do some traditional marketing on the radio or stuff like that. But it's really similar between scrambles and like sales. That's what I would say.
Yep,
Similarity.
definitely. And I'd say with Snapchat marketing coming out and the way that it's been with the $50 a day ad spend as the minimum, I think events are the way that people are going to want to be moving forward with their marketing because events and sales, when you have to spend a certain amount of money, you want to get the most bang for your buck.
Exactly.
So if you're using something like Snapchat for your marketing, events are super important. And they don't have to be huge events either. Like if you're a golf course, you can have a scramble for 1,000 different people, like 1,000 different types of people. You can have a dad scramble, a mom scramble.
Yeah. I've heard of golf tournaments where it's left-handed only, which left-handers are pretty rare.
So it doesn't have to be some huge event that like the whole city talks about. It can be something that is tailored to your demographic. So if you own a used clothing store for teenagers, you could have events that focus on the teenagers and don't focus on their moms or their dads for that campaign. So I think that is very similar in the way that would work. As far as differences go, can you think of any? I know you're a seasonal type of business since you are a golf course.
Yeah, so the golf course only runs for summer months here in Minnesota because it gets pretty cold in the winter. Can't golf, but that's probably the biggest difference is for retail, you're going all year round. You gotta keep up with your sales, gotta get up with your advertising all the time. Golf course, you get a little off season in the winter, you know.
Yep. So as far as your marketing goes during that off season, do you guys do anything besides planning for your marketing? Do you actually do any types of marketing still?
We do a lot of planning for tournaments. So I'd say in the spring, early spring, we post on our Facebook all of the events that we have already scheduled so people know and they can sign up already. We post deals on becoming season pass holders, but that's closer to like February, March, and April, May.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I also knew someone that had a seasonal business. She owned a haunted house.
Oh, yes.
And what she would do is it was only open in the month of October. That was the only time it was open. So in July, she would start her marketing.
Oh, yeah.
And she would start all of her AdWords campaigns and all of her Facebook marketing again. So by the time October hit, everyone already knew what was coming and was super excited.
Oh,
so
yeah.
October, it was still a ton of marketing, but she was almost just not really actively marketing at that point.
Sort of
She was just coasting.
Yeah.
There's a good word for it. Yep, she was coasting through with the momentum that she made throughout the other months.
Yeah.
And she actually got rid of that business, and she now has a haunted house camp, which is only 1 week a year. So she got sick of working for a month and went to a week.
Okay, yeah.
And she actually fills those way ahead of time. So it's basically groups of people that do it.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually markets all year round now to get those people in there for that week. So she sells the tickets out, and that's what she does for marketing. So she'll sell all year round just to basically until she's sold out, and then she starts marketing for the next year. So as far as the season passes go, do you guys ever run out of season passes, or is it an unlimited amount?
Unlimited amount.
Unlimited amount?
Whoever wants one can have one, yeah.
Okay. As far as, well, I guess golf has tee times. Are there any like prime tee times that people have to get, or that you?
At Lakeview National, it's pretty wide open. You're probably able to go out any time of the day you want. But
okay.
I like golfing in the morning,
Yep.
so I can get stuff done in the afternoon. But everyone's different. Everyone prefers their own time to golf.
Makes sense. So I work at a tennis club, and a lot of the time we can't fill certain hours at during the daytime because it's indoor tennis, and most people during the daytime, if it's not winter, they want to go play outside because it's free and there's sun. So what we do is we actually market to try and get people to those off times, and we lower the price a little bit. Is there anything like that at the golf course for you guys?
So what we do is we have a twilight rate, which is from 4 until the end of the day, which is like 7 o'clock. So it's actually a lot cheaper to golf after 4. It's $17 for 9 a cart, which is just such a deal.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But it really gets people to come in during those off hours, because normally, people aren't going to want to golf at the end of the day. They've got other stuff to do, but I mean, it's a nice time to golf. Yeah.
No, definitely. So on that note, is there anything you could kind of relate that to in the franchise marketing world or the franchise world when you think about kind of off hours or off products or trying to unload something that you have too much of?
I think of like flash sales. Like sometimes stores do doorbusters, stuff like that.
Yep.
Just to move stuff out early in the day so they can put new stuff in.
Yep.
I worked at a retail. We did that for Black Friday. We'd have doorbusters at the beginning of the day, and later in the day we'd do like later day sales for Black Friday.
Yep. So. Okay, sweet. And I have an example that's sort of related to Black Friday because it is a huge chain retail store. Actually, I just learned about this week. So at our mall, one of our huge retail stores is going out of business, and they've been having closeout sales for the past month. But apparently their numbers are so good that they're bringing in other stores' inventory of the things that are basically the doorbusters. Yeah. So people keep coming in to buy the super cheap stuff, and then they go and try and get the rest of it. Yeah. So they've been ordering they've been actually out of stuff that they say they're not going to get more of, and then they order shipments from other stores to get more of it because it's attracting so many people into the store. So that definitely does work, the doorbuster thing, and it works better if you're actually trying to clear something and you make space. But if you're just looking for sales, you can keep bringing them in too. I think those what was that craze last year? The fidget spinners. That comes to mind when I think of the doorbuster or something to bring people in. The fidget spinners definitely come to mind. I know some small retail locations, like small stores, were selling over $10,000 in revenue per month of fidget spinners. That is insane. Absolutely insane. One of the business development managers here ordered 200 of them and actually went and sold them, and he sold them all within like 5 days. Like, without a shop, without any marketing, those things were just insane.
Those things were selling like hot.
All right, well, is there anything else you want to talk about today, Jordan, as far as the golf course to the franchise world? Or
No, I think we hit a lot of the key topics.
Yeah, I think we did. That's honestly all there is to it. When you really look at it, is you're really trying to nail down that local area, and then you're trying to find the hubs, like the campground of people who might be coming in that might be interested in your product. Now, I can't guarantee that your product is going to be interesting to campers everywhere, but when the golf course is across the street, that's pretty convenient. But there are those opportunities everywhere. You just have to look for them. So I think that is really good advice. And then always stay event and sale focused. It doesn't have to be a sale. It can just be an event. If you have a bunch of sweaters, you can have a sweater event. It doesn't mean they're 50% off. It just means, hey, we have a lot of sweaters. Come get some.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, thanks for joining me, Jordan, and I'm sure we'll have you here again for something else, golf or non-golf related.
Exactly. Yep, perfect. I'm excited.
All right, well, have a good rest of your day, and if you're listening, I hope you tune in for the next one, and make sure to check out the previous podcast as well. Have a good one.